Welcome to today's Business Report. I'm Denise Williams, bringing you the developments shaping markets, capital access, and business decision-making across Jamaica and the region. Let's get into the stories that matter. Finance Minister Favour Williams has unveiled details of Jamaica's recently launched micro stock market, from which micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises can access upwards of $100 million in equity financing. In a statement to Parliament yesterday, Minister Williams announced that already 25 MSMEs have successfully graduated from the JBDC, Jamaica Business Development Corporation Accelerator Program, and have been identified as primary candidates. These businesses, she explained, have already demonstrated a level of operational discipline and growth readiness for the micro stock market. And she shared the requirements for accessing the micro market. So you will be allowed as a micro enterprise to raise capital from 50 million to a maximum of 100 million. There needs to be at least 20% public shareholding with at least 50 new shareholders, including the sponsor. Provisions will be made to allow the listing of micro entities that are associated with junior and main market companies as a necessary provision to promote the role of sponsors in building stronger supply chains. Micro market entities will only require an audit committee separate from their board of directors. Micro entities will be required to file semi-annual unaudited statements within 60 days and have 12 months audited statements within 90 days and an annual report within 120 days of the company's year end. Micro entities will be required to transition to the junior market once they reach the capital threshold of the $100 million mark. Minister Williams emphasized that by creating a structured, accessible platform tailored to the needs of smaller businesses, the government and the Jamaica Stock Exchange are taking decisive steps toward the continued deepening of financial inclusion and stimulating economic growth from the ground up. The Caribbean Development Bank launched CBD Propel, a bold new chapter in the bank's flagship technical assistance program for micro, small, and medium enterprises, MSMEs, signaling a renewed commitment to strengthening entrepreneurship, innovation, and private sector development across the Caribbean. The launch, held in observance of the World MSME Day, marks the evolution of the Caribbean Technological Consultancy Services Network, which has supported entrepreneurs and business support organizations across the region for more than 4 decades. During the launch, a panel discussion featuring regional partners and beneficiaries from Barbados, Jamaica, and Haiti shared how CDB's technical assistance has strengthened institutions, supported youth entrepreneurship, expanded access to finance, enhanced tourism competitiveness, and fostered climate innovation throughout the Caribbean. For the trading period of July 7, 2026, the most actively traded securities were Trans-Jamaica Highway Limited with 7,150,450 units, representing 25.91% of market sales activities. 138 Student Living Jamaica Limited with 7,043,960 units, representing 25.53% of market sales activities. Carreras Limited with 2,698,284 units, representing 9.78% of market sales activities. Investor activity remained concentrated in real estate, transportation, and distribution plays, signaling continued interest in dividend-producing and strategic assets. Turning to the foreign exchange market based on Bank of Jamaica data, Forex traders recorded significant activity with strong demand across major currencies. Trading margins for the US dollar reflected steady liquidity, with the US selling at $159.54 and buying at $157.42. For the Canadian dollar, moderate gains supported by 33-cent transaction spreads The Canadian dollar sold for $112.98. That was bought for $112.65. For the British pound, continued volatility offered short-term trading opportunities of $4.64 in profits for the banks. The British pound sold for $213.69 and was bought for $209.05. These movements underscore the importance of cash flow timing and currency awareness for businesses managing import costs, debt servicing, or overseas exposure. For our credit report tip of the day, financial resilience in a time of inflation starts with a strong credit profile. In today's economy, financial resilience is no longer measured by how much you earn. It's measured by how prepared you are to weather financial uncertainty. One of the clearest indications of that resilience is your credit profile. As the cost of living continues to rise, many households are stretching their budgets further than ever before. Credit cards and personal loans have become financial lifelines, helping families manage higher grocery bills, transportation costs, utilities, and housing expenses. Ironically, the very tool used to navigate today's financial pressure can limit tomorrow's opportunity. A strong credit profile does more than help you qualify for a loan. It can open the door to home ownership, improve access to business financing, reduce borrowing costs through lower interest rates, increase financial flexibility during emergency, strengthen your ability to invest in future opportunities. Protecting your credit score is not just about avoiding debt, it's about preserving your options. In our funded and focused feature, let's be honest. If you were the banker, would you lend your business money? Many entrepreneurs believe they have a funding problem. In reality, they often have a readiness problem. Before a bank approves a loan or investor writes a check, one question must be answered. Can this business be trusted to use and repay the capital? So here are 5 things that strengthen the answer to that question and that you should focus on before funding. So first, demonstrate financial discipline. Second, build a strong credit reputation. 3, show a clear business direction. 4, prove the business can grow. 5, reduce risk. The less risk you represent, the easier it is for someone to invest in your success. Strong compliance, sound financial management, and good governance all help lower that risk. And that's today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, bringing clarity to capital, markets, and strategy. Until next time, stay informed, stay intentional, and keep building forward. See you soon.